All right, welcome to the 46th episode of Theory School Rejects. I love saying that for our fives of listeners. And Mario, for our fives of listeners, where can they find you at?
Mario.Hirose, either on Instagram or Twitter.
All right, and you can find me, DougXComedy.com, which is the first thing that pops up for search for Doug X, with the letter X. And so that's good. At least it's the first thing that pops up for me. I don't know how much Google customizes search preferences. Like if you type into Google, I don't know if you get the same thing I get, which is a very confusing concept. Fuck you, Google. Anyway, so I was all pissed. Oh, I want to say fuck the Haha Cafe. Actually, not really, but I went there I had a job interview on Tuesday night, a job interview with a company I'm already working for, so that's kind of cool. But I'm an independent contractor and I'm interviewing for a full-time position. Boy, I don't want to talk about that. Anyway, so the interview was at 4 o'clock in North Hollywood. So like at 5 o'clock, I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do? Because I live in Fullerton. And that's right, stalkers. You can find me. We're at the Fullerton Target right now. Come check us out. Bring your groupie vans.
How would you deal with a stalker?
It depends. Is she hot?
I would be flattered regardless, just because of the fact that someone.
But that's what you asked.
That much, yeah.
I'd be flattered either way, but you asked how I would deal with it. My reaction would depend on how hot they were and what gender they were. All right, but like, is that not true for you? You have a girlfriend, so you're pretty loyal, I assume. But like, if you were single, would you fuck your stalker if she was hot?
Yes, I've probably made many bad decisions like that. So
all right,
yes.
okay. Now, if she wasn't hot and you were single, would you still fuck her?
Probably not.
Okay, so like how you would deal with her depends on how hot she is.
Right.
Right, me too. But I would be flattered regardless. I'd be like, but the creep factor would be higher if she wasn't hot. Like if she's hot, I'm like, oh, that's just dedication. That's just touching. And then like if she's like 500 pounds, I'd be like, oh, baby doll, you need a hobby. You shouldn't be following me. Gotta get on that Stairmaster.
Got a perfectly good friend named Richard that is much funnier than me. That you can.
Hey, he's a big guy. You're a big girl. You guys can have big kids together. Hey, Richard, if you listen to this, sorry, bro. That was Mario's joke. I was just piling on, man. I was just rolling with it. You know how that is, fat rolls. Oh man, this is getting worse. You're gonna kill me in the roast battle, man. I know it. So wow, we just did some body shaming. Okay, good start. Anyway, so the Haha Cafe charges $5 for 5 minutes because I was about 8 minutes away from the Haha Cafe, so I figured I'd kill some time before traffic. And they charge $5 for 5 minutes, $10 for 10 minutes. And I sat there, and the host didn't show up, so some more experienced comic that goes there a lot started pulling names out of the bucket. And I'm sitting there for an hour, no one calls my name, and I'm like, fuck it. I don't care if I spent $10. It's 7 o'clock, traffic's died down, I can go home. Walked out. Those chairs are uncomfortable, man.
I thought that's the point, is you spend the money and then you're guaranteed open mic time?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean, like, I think they just keep going. I don't know what their weekday shows are like, but I don't think they start till later. And they just run the open mic from 6 till whenever. But they do have a cutoff. Like, they take names as well as put names in the bucket. And, like, when they get to, like, 15 names or 15, like, whatever, because also it's, like, 5 minutes and 10 minutes. Whenever they get to the right combination of minutes, they stop. They cut you off.
What's that venue like? Is it a real comedy club or is it a...
It's not a yoga studio. I mean, like, no, it's a Haha Cafe. It's, like, they have a restaurant. They have a sort of, like, so you walk in, it's a bar. And then below the bar is like 2 steps, and then there's like, that's a stage, and like they got a little haha symbol, and then they got like seats, and then like they got like 20 tables, and they're like 4 to 5 person tables.
I have no idea how those places make any money and stay viable.
Well, drinks. They sell drinks. They sell food, they sell tickets theoretically, and they make money off the comics. They probably made like fucking 150 off that open mic just from comics paying for stage time. That's not bad for an hour and a half. Plus whatever people drank, which given comics mostly don't drink, but like some people drank.
Right, but I'm just thinking about the rent and staff and everything else. It just seems like it's not, but
I mean, I agree. I wouldn't open a comedy club, but like, I think like it's a bar, and they make money mostly not from the comedy, but from selling drinks.
sure.
I think Flappers is the same way. They make the money from drinks and food. The comedy is just a very cheap way to get people in the door.
So when is the roast battle?
September 25th, that's right. Come out and see Mr. Richard at the Comedy Store. That's right, the fucking Comedy Store. September 25th, 10 p.m. But before that, where can people see you, like at the Comedy Store?
I will actually be there tomorrow in the Belly Room at 7:30. It's a cheap ticket. I think it's like $10. So if anyone wants a ticket, just message me, and with the coupon code, just use Mario.
I'm going to try and get this podcast up tonight. So theoretically, if you're one of the 5 of listeners who get on there early, you can go and see Mario at 7:30 in Hollywood. But man, hope you will fucking live there, because 7:30 is rough fucking traffic on a Friday night.
Well, fortunately, I actually get off work at 12:30, so I drive there early to try to beat the traffic.
I know. But I'm saying, like, your audience, man. Like, if they're fucking Orange County peoples.
Well, what's the demographic of your 5 of listeners? Is it Orange County or LA County?
Fucking, it's like New Jersey. Sorry, man. This is not a good place for your listeners, for you to get people for your comedy show, man. My core demographic is New Jersey and Virginia, East Coast.
All right, sounds like we need to go on tour on the East Coast at some point.
Yeah, let's go. We'll fucking destroy Rockland, Maine. We will be the biggest fucking sensation there. They have a population of 6,000 people. If we put on a comedy show, the entire fucking city will come see us.
Now, don't you have a show this Saturday too to plug?
Oh, well, anyone listening to this knows. The Disco Rejects, 3rd Saturday every month at the Fountain Valley Yoga Studio, 8:30 p.m. Being produced by the Ronnie. Booking the MC, booking booking all the comics, picking the headliner. I am very much looking forward to seeing what happens. Richard totally booked the show on Sunday. And like, he had Erica as the MC, which I never would have thought of doing. Like, Erica in my line is like the headliner. And I'm like, you don't ask the headliner to be the MC, but she was good. She was a good MC. And some people I hadn't met before came in, like your friend Felice did a very good set.
Yeah, I saw her and I met at the Ventura Comedy Club, and I thought she did a good set.
Yeah, I liked it. She was one of the highlights. And there's a guy, Greg, who MCs a lot of the shows at Flappers, and he came out and he was the opener. He was the first guy to go out after Erica did her stuff.
Now, tell me about this Hema group that you're involved with in Fullerton on Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
What's that about?
I think you'd like it. So, for anyone listening, Wednesday from 7 to 10 in Fullerton, outside the kinesiology department. It's like a green kind of like I don't know, park, but there's a grass covered quad. It's like between like the student rec center and the gym, and the kinesiology department. And there's a parking lot right north of it. So it's a very short walk, and they recreate historical European martial arts, hence Hema. And they do like lessons from like 7 to 9, and then from 9 to 10 it's kind of like free sparring.
Is it a student only thing, or is
No, it's open to anybody. It is a student group, but it's open to anybody.
How did you find out about this group?
Well, I did a Google search for Hema stuff, and they came up, and I found their Facebook group. But it said it was at CSUF, and I'm like, well, where at CSUF? It's a big fucking campus. And on Facebook, they told me it was outside the kinesiology department. And then, well, no, they didn't tell me that. They kind of said CSUF, and then I ran into several of them at the Hat one night when me and Ronnie were hitting it up, and they were wearing like South Coast fencing shirts, I was like, oh, hey, do you guys know about this thing called Hema? Because they also have Hema classes at South Coast Fencing. And they're like, oh, yeah, we just came from a Hema thing at Cal State Fullerton, and we all hang out at the Hat afterwards. So it was like Wednesday, like 10 p.m. And I'm like, oh, yeah, so where is it? Because I'm like, it's a big campus. And they said, oh, they explained where it was. And I was like, all right, see you guys next week. And I went.
I always joke that there's always at least one obese person at the Hat at any given moment. And
You're not wrong.
my goal is to not be that obese person.
Oh, look at you. Fucking martial arts king over here. Fucking works out every day.
No. I mean, yeah, I'm embarrassed to say I've put on some pounds, but I don't want to be that one guy at the Hat, so.
Well, I don't understand how fucking people get round. Look, I got a gut. I'm 44, man. I fucking got a gut. I'll admit it, right? I try and work out. My back's all messed up. I lay down and lift weights. I hit the fucking elliptical because it doesn't stress my spine. But, like, you know, so I mean, I got a few negatives, but I've still got a little gut, but I was trying to stay in shape. How the fuck do you not notice when you start to resemble a goddamn sphere? You know what I'm saying? Like, doesn't the fucking warning lights kick in? I need to go do something.
Yeah, it's all about psychic priorities, right?
I'm not talking about like having a, you know, like having a gut like me or being big like Richard. I'm talking about like you've seen people who are like a fucking head and then a fucking egg and then legs. Look like fucking Mr. Potato Head. And there's women like that too. Like when all your body parts merge together, what the fuck are you not doing something? I mean, a lot of things. It's time to get fucking extreme at that point. You're not rocking with me on this, man. Come on,
no,
chime in.
I mean, it's a future of us becoming Wall-E, you know, like the Pixar movie.
Well, yeah, no, but not, because we're not. We're not that. Like, we could all be that, sure. All be sitting in a fucking floater chair all day with a fucking, like, you know, VR screen on our head. But, like, right now, we're not that, but some people become that. And I'm like, what the fuck happened? Because there are intervening steps. You don't just wake up like that.
I agree. I mean, I think there's a lot of emotional and psychological issues that come about because of that, too. So, yeah, I think it's just a matter of priorities. I mean, one of my really good friends is severely overweight, and he's probably dropped a good 80 pounds in the last year. So it's, you know, it's just he wanted to make sure he wasn't going to die.
That's a fucking good impulse. Hey, holy shit, my cholesterol is fucking has to be done in, you know, scientific notation. Maybe I should fucking ease off on the eggs and bacon.
You know, I think the big indicator would be is like, if you can't see your penis without a mirror, that, you know, that should be the limit right there.
Like, hey, buddy, how you been? Long time no see.
I can't believe I've done so much fat shaming on this podcast tonight. I'm sorry, people.
Don't be sorry, man. Just roll with it. Like, my view of things, as it often is I try not to give people shit about things they can't control. But people lie. Like, just because everyone who's overweight says I have a thyroid problem, doesn't mean everyone who's overweight has a thyroid fucking problem.
Or they just have big bones.
Right. All right. You can say that, but I think, you know, until you fucking show me video of you going to the gym every goddamn day, I don't gotta buy that it's not your fault. Well, I mean, like, you know, with like, obviously the people who I trust and shit. But here's the thing. Like, relating to people lying and shit. The Marine Corps is the smallest service except for the Coast Guard in the armed services, right? It's like 300,000 people compared to the Army, which is like 2 million, all right? And the Air Force is like 800,000. But 3 out of 4 people who tell me they're veterans are all fucking Marine Corps veterans. There's 2 possible explanations. Other people aren't real vocal about being veterans because they're not Marines, or people who are veterans think Marine sounds a lot sexier than fucking Air Force.
Well, what's the qualifier for a veteran? Is it, I mean, just serving the 4 years, or is it?
You just do your tour. So if you had a tour of 2 years, 4 years, theoretically, if you got out early, as long as it wasn't like a dishonorable discharge, you're still a veteran.
No, you're right though. I mean, like my father drafted Vietnam, Air Force, never talks about it.
Which is a possible explanation. Like that's so partly people Marines are just more vocal about it, but I do think there's a lot of Army guys who are like, I'm gonna tell everybody I was a Marine. What's the fucking difference anyway? And they get laid a lot more because of it.
I always wonder how many homeless people are actually veterans. I know it's a mean thing to say, but you see a lot of it, and I know the stuff about PTSD and all those things, but it's...
Well, I'm sure there's people who are homeless who say they're veterans who weren't. I'm absolutely sure of that. But there is a high rate of homelessness among the veterans. That's also true, because that's in the VA. The VA puts stats out about it.
Which makes it sound like a horrible thing. It's like, hey, we're going to give you all these life skills, but at the same time, some of it doesn't work, and...
Well, but they don't give you a whole lot of life skills. That's the whole thing. Like, there's not a whole lot of fucking call for being able to shoot a rifle at a target and be accurate. Or, like, being able to read a fucking engineering dial and yell out fire if there's a fire. Or my job was fucking having a top secret clearance to look at fucking radio telegraph messages.
Oh.
Like, okay. And to be able to change the crypto in a fucking device that no one in a fucking civilian world except like 3 corporations has, and they have better because it wasn't fucking designed by the lowest fucking bidder. So like,
it's like a line from the movie Armageddon.
Well, it's crossover. Fucking, that's a long-standing joke about fucking gear designed by the lowest fucking bidder. Which is why most of the shit in the military doesn't work. I mean, fuck, we had the worst fucking computers. We had Unisys computers. You fucking ever seen a fucking computer outside of the Coast Guard designed by Unisys? That's like a fucking big-ass company, well-respected? No! They got a fucking big-ass government contract. Well, we'll move away from politics. What I'm saying is, fuck the Coast Guard and fuck the military. But, like, they say, oh, give you life skills, and, like, they give you some things carry over. Look, military discipline made a huge difference for me. Because I used to bitch and complain in high school. I don't want to do my fucking homework. And even matter what the fucking homework is, I don't want to do it because I don't need to. But my tolerance for stupid bullshit went way up the fucking Coast Guard. So I went to the fucking college and like, this is your bullshit assignment for the week. I did my bullshit assignment, didn't complain about it. And like my grades went up. I was like a B student in high school. Fucking went to college, rocking the fucking dean's list, president's list, what the fuck else. Because I did my fucking assignments and I was like, this is bullshit, but my tolerance for bullshit fucking vastly improved by 4 years in the military.
I'm not discrediting your statement, but sometimes I wonder if it's a maturity thing. Like something for me when I was in grad school, I just said, okay, I'm going to start studying. And
well, how old were you in grad school?
Early 20s.
Okay, similar time period, and certainly age makes a difference. But I think it also is just depending on your experience. Your tolerance for useless bullshit goes up the more you experience life, be it whatever experience of life you might have. But I think there's people who don't ever fucking learn you gotta deal with some useless bullshit in your life. And I think like a lot of college students don't ever fucking learn that.
No, I always said that people should actually go volunteer and go do something, whether it be military or Peace Corps or something before they go to college.
And don't fucking be afraid to disagree with me, man. I want to have some disagreements. It makes good radio or good podcasting. No, I'm not fucking...
No, I respect the military experience. I mean, my grandfather was in the 442nd, which is, the most decorated in U.S. military history. My dad was in the Air Force. I regret not being in the military. So, yeah, I mean, if I could do it all over again, I would have probably gone to the military first, then gone to college.
But that's the thing about life skills, like I was saying. A lot of the fucking life skills are taken care of by the military. Like, your rent is paid for. They just pay your rent every fucking month, or you live on base, right?
Right.
You food. You walk to the fucking galley and you get fed. I mean, people go off base and shit, but basically, like, the life skills that you learn, like having to save for rent or budget for rent, you actually don't learn in the military. You learn the complete opposite. I can just go to work and my rent and food are paid for.
Well, it's the same thing with college. I mean, how many articles do you see about people that are just mired in college debt and everything else, and it's because they don't really learn anything practical?
Separate things. I'm just talking about, like, the military teaches you kind of someone else will take care of things, and then you get out of the military and you've learned how to survive in an institution, and when that institution is gone, people don't necessarily have the coping skills to fucking figure it out. And so anyway, that was a good podcast. That's episode 46. Catch us at Mario Hirose and Doug X. You can find us on Twitter and YouTube, like we said. All right, thanks. Have a good night, everybody.